I'm right now on the verge of a new life, and I like it. I like a beginning.
A new start without AH. Johnny Depp speaks on receiving a gold medal of merit. On February 15th, Johnny Depp released a statement saying that he is on the verge of a new life. Fans were both happy and sad for him. They claimed that Depp deserves a new beginning, away from all the legal drama that has been brought by Amber Heard. He put his life way too on hold while fighting for the justice he deserves. AH took so many years, one fan wrote. Another one added, "Vindication will be so sweet. I feel so genuinely happy for him and his new beginning. Great things are in store for him, and he is loved more than ever." Johnny's decision to move on comes at a time when the $50 million defamation suit is almost commencing. The former couple will trade barbs and evidence starting April 11, 2022. The trial is expected to last about 2 weeks. In case you have already forgotten, let's have a recap of everything that Johnny Depp has gone through because of Amber Heard and how their legal battle has built up over the years. On May 23, 2016, Heard filed for divorce from Depp, and also obtained a temporary restraining order against the Oscar-nominated actor. She alleged that Depp had physically abused her during their relationship, and said it was usually while under the influence of drugs or alcohol. She alleged that at the time of filing for divorce, an incident had recently taken place in which Depp threw his phone at her, leaving her with a bruised face. However, a police spokesman told people that an investigation into the domestic incident radio call found that no crime had taken place. Depp denied these accusations and, through his representatives, said Heard was attempting to secure a premature financial resolution by alleging abuse. On August 16, 2016, a $7 million settlement was reached outside court. Heard testified under oath at a deposition, but a settlement was eventually reached after she withdrew her request for a domestic violence restraining order. She also rescinded her spousal support request of $50,000 a month. Depp and Heard also released a joint statement saying, "Our relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love. Neither party has made false accusations for financial gain." It continued, "There was never any intent of physical or emotional harm." Heard received $7 million from the divorce, but donated it to charity, according to People. In 2017, the divorce was finalized. Depp and Heard's divorce was finalized a year after Heard filed. Heard kept the dogs that were at the center of the 2015 scandal in which the couple failed to declare the animals in Australia. Meanwhile, Depp retained sole possession of all properties, including his private island in the Bahamas, as well as his collection of classic cars and motorcycles. The Hollywood Reporter reported that a non-disparagement clause was inserted into the settlement that prevented either party from saying anything negative about the high-profile relationship and breakup. In December the following year, Heard wrote her famous op-ed piece for the Washington Post, in which she spoke about the treatment of women in domestic abuse cases. In the op-ed, Heard wrote, "I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out." Depp was never mentioned in the article, but in 2019, he sued Amber for $50 million for defamation for the op-ed. The suit said that Heard is not a victim of domestic abuse, she is a perpetrator, and denied that Depp ever abused her. Instead, the suit said that Heard's allegations were part of an elaborate hoax to generate positive publicity for the actress. Depp's lawyer said, the op-ed depended on the central premise that Mrs. Heard was a domestic abuse victim, and that Mr. Depp perpetrated domestic violence against her. In a court filing that attempted to dismiss Depp's defamation suit, Heard detailed multiple instances of alleged abuse that she said occurred during their marriage, and referred to him as the monster. Heard claimed that she still had scars on her arms and feet from an incident where Depp allegedly threw her through a ping pong table and dragged her through broken glass. This defamation suit is still going on in the US. In January 2020, the truth began coming out. Phone recordings of Amber Heard admitting to hitting Depp were obtained by the Daily Mail. In the recordings, Heard was saying, "I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you." Meanwhile, Depp said in the recording, "I left last night. Honestly, I swear to you, because I just couldn't take the idea of more physicality, more physical abuse on each other. Because had we continued it, it would have gotten effing bad. And baby, I told you this once. I'm scared to death we are in an effing crime scene right now," Depp continued. Heard replied, "I can't promise you I won't get physical again. God, I effing sometimes get so mad I lose it." On July 7, 2020, a 3-week libel trial began. Depp fought News Group Newspapers, the publisher of The Sun, in court over a 2018 article in which they called him a WB in reference to Depp's and Heard's former marriage. Depp sued both the publisher and the Sun's executive editor Dan Wooten for libel. Depp's former lovers, Ryder and Paradis, both provided statements in Depp's defense. Ryder wrote, "The idea that he is an incredibly violent person is the farthest thing from the Johnny I knew and loved. I could not wrap my head around these accusations." Meanwhile, Paradis wrote that Heard's accusations are nothing like the true Johnny I have known. And from my personal experience of many years, I can say he was never violent or abusive to me. The trial began in early July and lasted 3 weeks. Depp alleged that Heard defecated in his bed and punched him, which Heard denies. Depp also accused Heard of having extramarital affairs with James Franco and Elon Musk, which Heard also denies. Meanwhile, Heard accused Depp of physically abusing her, and has also accused him of throwing a phone at her face, which she says left her bruised. In addition to that, Heard said that Depp threatened to kill her on several occasions. 3 months after the blockbuster trial began, Judge Mr. Justice Nicole ruled that the Sun was correct in reporting that Depp was violent towards his ex-wife Amber Heard. In reaching his ruling, Nicole referred to 14 separate incidents the Sun's lawyer cited to justify calling Depp a WB. Following the ruling, a spokesman for the Sun said, "The Sun has stood up and campaigned for the victims of domestic abuse for over 20 years. Domestic abuse victims must never be silenced. And we thank the judge for his careful consideration and thank Amber Heard for her courage in giving evidence to the court." In a statement seen by the BBC, Heard's lawyer in the US said, "For those of us present for the London High Court trial, this decision and judgment are not a surprise. Very soon, we will be presenting even more voluminous evidence in the US. We are committed to obtaining justice for Amber Heard in the US court and defending Mrs. Heard's right to free speech." Johnny Depp has strenuously denied all claims that he was violent towards Heard, and in a statement published shortly after the ruling, his lawyer said, "This decision is as perverse as it is bewildering. Most troubling is the judge's reliance on the testimony of Amber Heard, and corresponding disregard of the mountain of counter-evidence from police officers, medical practitioners, her own former assistant, other unchallenged witnesses, and an array of documentary evidence which completely undermines the allegations, point by point. All of this was overlooked. The judgment is so flawed that it would be ridiculous for Mr. Depp not to appeal this decision. In the meantime, we hope that, in contrast to this case, the ongoing libel proceedings in America are equitable, with both parties providing full disclosure, rather than one side strategically cherry-picking what evidence can and cannot be relied upon." 4 days later, on November 6th, Depp announced that he had been asked to resign from his role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts 3. In a statement posted to his Instagram on November 6th, 4 days after the conclusion to his libel case, he wrote in a typed letter, "I wish to let you know that I have been asked to resign by Warner Brothers from my role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts, and I have respected and agreed to that request." He continued saying, "Finally, I wish to say this. The surreal judgment of the court in the UK will not change my fight to tell the truth, and I confirm that I plan to appeal. My resolve remains strong, and I intend to prove that the allegations against me are false." Depp added, "My life and career will not be defined by this moment in time." This legal battle has taken a toll on not just Depp's career, but also his mental well-being, and fans believe that him having a new start might be of a great benefit for him. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.